The story began in the wicked trenches of Memphis, where Pooh became Pooh Shiesty. He was raised in the Cane Creek apartments on the south side of Memphis, one of the roughest places in Memphis. Pooh Shiesty was always influenced by Chief Keef, Gucci Mane, Kodak Black, and Lil Wayne growing up. But before he jumped into the music, he was in the streets, repping a gang called Shiesty. His dad had his own label, so Pooh was already accustomed to music. When he got to high school, he would make his own rap group called Chopper Gang. Pooh dropped his first song in 2018 called Hell Night with Big 30. And to be honest, Pooh Shiesty didn't take long to blow up, because in 2019, he dropped a song called Shiesty Summer, which was his breakthrough single. So with him pulling millions of views, that would make a lot of people reach out to him as far as labels. In 2020, Gucci Mane in particular would stand out to Pooh. Gucci would reach out to offer him a deal, and Pooh Shiesty would sign with him.
So he just sent you a DM?
Yeah, he texted me, he said, "What's up, home?" I couldn't believe it. I grabbed my phone, get up, text him back, I say, "What's chopping?" He text back. Right then and there, like he was on it. He was waiting on me to text back. He was like, "I'm fucking with your music, home. Who you doing this shit with? Shoot to Pop's house." Then my manager, I wake his ass. I said, "Wake up, bro, look." I showed him, he couldn't believe he get the sweat. He said, right then and there though, while I'm showing him, he text back. He said, "This my number, FaceTime me." We was on FaceTime for like 6 hours.
Word.
It was already like 3 in the morning though. He just sitting up, we just on FaceTime.
Gucci had already made his mark in hip hop, so signing to Gucci wasn't a bad option. Gucci had already done a lot in his career, but he didn't only sign Pooh Shiesty, he signed Pooh Shiesty cousin as well. He goes by Big Scar. Pooh Shiesty would be getting his feet wet by signing, especially knowing he elevated so quickly in the rap game. But it wasn't just him. One of his best friends named Big 30 would keep him on his toes. 30 was like his duo. They were making hits with ease. But eventually Pooh would have one of the biggest features in his career. He would do a song with Lil Durk called Back in Blood. That song went viral at a rapid speed. Having a song with someone like Durk is a big win. The delivery he gave on Back in Blood was phenomenal. It even peaked number 13 on the Billboard Hot 100. Shiesty would open up about the hit as well.
I actually made it like with Durk, but he just in another session in the same studio.
So he's like going back and forth? And
yeah, we run it, that's how we do. We go see what he got going in his session.
Yeah.
It just locked in, it's love.
But not to mention, not too much longer after Back in Blood, he dropped his debut commercial mixtape, Shiesty Season, in 2021, which also peaked number 3 on the Billboard 200. Pooh was at his peak. He was unstoppable, appearing on things like XXL Freshman and rocking out shows with a huge crowd. The lifestyle was something to appreciate, because Memphis isn't a place to be stuck in. The murder rate is high and violence is rising throughout the city. But South Memphis, where Pooh resided, was no place to be, especially if you was in the streets. You gotta be on your P's and Q's, or death is the first option. But Pooh Shiesty made it out. Pooh endured a higher level of success than most. Even Pooh said himself, you gotta grow up fast in Memphis because of the field.
You gonna lose a nigga close to you before 15? Oh God, like that'll hurt you. Like it's gonna happen. You just gotta brace yourself for it.
The career Pooh had was everything a rapper could dream of. Pooh Shiesty even was gifted an award from BET for Best New Hip Hop Artist. 1017 was becoming a dynasty again. Gucci Mane was putting together another super team. But one day, Pooh Shiesty would lose it all. Everything he worked for would be stripped away from him. In October of 2020, Pooh Shiesty was in a parking lot at a hotel in a brand new McLaren sports car. And a shooting occurred that left 2 people shot and put in the hospital. But not only that, it was broad daylight. He would be released for a short period of time though, but then would be picked back up in June of 2021. But Pooh Shiesty would get sentenced to 5 years and 3 months in prison. With a plea deal, he was convicted to possession of a firearm, violence, and drug trafficking. That's when the downfall would begin for Pooh Shiesty. He would drop a mixtape called Shiesty Season Spring Deluxe. It included 10 new tracks, but it had big collaborations such as Gunna, Moneybagg Yo, ESTG, and Lil Durk, and plenty more. And Shiesty would also give us a federal contraband too, which was a jail freestyle. Even though Pooh has a decent length sentence, when he comes home, he still could come home to a good career. If he stays focused, he could make a huge comeback in the industry. Gillie and Wallow would keep his dynasty alive though, because they gave him an interview while he was behind bars, which keeps the audience in tune with his name. But Gillie and Wallow will also ask Pooh Shiesty, has any rappers held him down since he's been locked up? The response was Lil Baby and Lil Durk taking their time out to write him and send money.
Who's some of the people that been holding you down in the industry? That been showing love?
Industry-wise, like, all right, I'm gonna say rappers for sure. You got motherfuckers that like really taking their time out to sit down and write, like good men like Lil Baby, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Durk this overstood. This like, bruh, like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't missing a beat out shot.
What's understood doesn't have to be explained. Pooh Shiesty has made a great impact to the industry while he was here. So when he comes home and gets back to business, he can start where he left off at.